It's tough when you don't have housing. You just feel like you can't take care of anything, do anything. You don't get that sleep that you need, and you're on constant alert. I started using drugs and my mental health deteriorated, and a relationship came in, and then, I lost everything and ended up on the streets.
When COVID came around, it shut down everything. It destroyed my business. Nobody wanted anybody to come to their house or anything. I didn't even tell nobody I was on the streets. Nobody even knew I was on the streets. I was on the street for 2 years. None of my friends knew.
Homelessness really is catastrophic in our country. It affects every big, middle, and small city across the country. We know that the longer an individual's on the street, they're going to suffer more physical health problems. They're going to suffer more mental health problems, because being homeless is traumatic in and of itself. Without the foundation of a home, the stability of a home, recovery becomes too difficult for almost all of us.
I was in the park. I had been out there 5 years and looked for many, many programs, and nobody had openings. Nobody had assistance or anything like that. So, you're out there so long you lose hope.
Every day was, what's going to happen today? Really didn't have nothing planned except just to live.
I think the single biggest thing someone can do is to reset their perspective on homelessness and to say, this is a person just like me. We're all 1 or 2 steps away from maybe that same precipice of homelessness.
Step Up walked up and said, hey, we want to tell you about this fantastic program. I have nothing else to lose. I've lost everything. This is my chance. So when they came and they said, we're going to come back, everybody's like, they're not going to come back. They're not going to come back. They just need names and numbers. They're not going to come back. They said, we'll be back out tomorrow. I said, I'll be here. I sat at the bench and they came out.
When you give the single most important thing that people want, a home, people succeed at a wildly successful rate. When you wrap a home with rich supportive services that help people on a path of stability, people succeed.
The Step Up program supported me with many of my challenges by just making sure they were in contact with me every month, making sure that my housing was being maintained, making sure that I seen my therapist, making sure I was up to date on all my medical needs, everything. That support that you lose when you're out there in the streets, they made sure that they were that support to get you back where you needed to be.
It's gotten me off the streets. I have an easier time getting in touch with doctors and other services I need, so that helps out quite a bit.
Step Up is a high fidelity adopter of Housing First. Housing First is really about putting the consumer first, and what's important to them are aligning with their goals. It could be physical, it could be mental, it could be nutritional, it could be educational, it could be employment. It's really going to all revolve around what someone's goal is in their situation and what resources they need to achieve their goal.
The good thing about these new projects is that they have the residential life skills coordinators to help with those things. So that plays a big part. That's what I do now. Yes, I help everybody with re-entry into society, whether it's basic hygiene skills, basic housing skills, That's what I get to do now with everybody.
That really is what we're trying to achieve, is you feel, for each person we serve, you feel like you belong. You feel like you're connected to something. So sense of belonging is essential for all of us to have a happy life.
I didn't want to just rot away or anything like that. I couldn't do that. You know, you tend to give up. You know, a lot of people give up way too soon. You know, like this program, like I said, it came at the right time.
I was no longer waking up every morning crying, spending my days crying, spending my days afraid, worrying about what I was going to see on a day-to-day basis. Those days were gone.